welcome back to the channel. Hope you've been enjoying the content we've been creating as of late. The live streams have been on point. We've had great audience participation. Everything is going well at the channel. We just passed 1,200 subscribers, for which we here are eternally grateful for your support continually. Thank you. Today, though, John Krasinski reportedly signs on for the Fantastic Four. This came out a couple days ago, and I wanted to talk about this because John Krasinski was, a longtime fan cast for the role of Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. And there's a lot of people who, are very, anti this, which everything nowadays is so polarizing, which Marvel, and I'm not giving them any passes here because the way, let's face it, the way Reed Richards was handled in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was nothing short of insulting. His dialogue was stupid. And I don't mean stupid as in it was just dumb dialogue. I mean it was written poorly, constructed poorly, per the character's given intelligence level and his intellect. That's what he's known for. He's like the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. And he made some of the incredibly most asinine decisions that we could have possibly seen from anybody, let alone the Marvel Universe's smartest man. And it led to the death of him and his entire team of the Illuminati, which was ridiculous. That movie was ridiculous. But anyway, let's talk about this. I still like John Krasinski. I like the idea of him playing Reed Richards. But the problem is, I like the idea of a good Fantastic Four movie, which, I mean, let's be honest, we haven't got really good Fantastic Four movies since, the early ones. I know the Fox ones, everybody's like, oh, they weren't that good. But were they that bad, all things considered now? I mean, look at Fan Four Stick.
Oh, stop it, you. It wasn't that bad.
I mean, he looks the part. He really does. I dig it. I dig it. I always did through the fan casting and everything. A new report states John Krasinski will star as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. Krasinski's appearance in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness stunned fans with his abrupt death. However, that was a multiverse variant of Richards. Still, Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige never addressed if Krasinski will return to the MCU. They did say that Krasinski was the only in the film, mainly because he was a fan favorite. So they weren't really thinking of casting him. He's a fan favorite, so they put him in for fan service and quickly killed him off, which explains a lot. And the fact that they said he was a multiverse variant of Reed Richards, I mean, is that like a Rick and Morty thing? Is he like, one of the stupid Ricks? Is he like the Rick that eats shit?
Oh, is that the timeline where everybody eats poop? Jerry, this guy eats poop, right?
Likewise, Krasinski has been vague about coming back. Will Marvel Studios replace him with a new actor? More recently, there were rumors that Penn Badgley was the new Richards, but apparently it was just speculation. Penn Badgley, I believe he was in that, there was a show where he was a stalker. Was it You? I think it was. I think, and he was in, I think, Gossip Girl too, or some shit like that, years ago, but I'm not sure if that's him. I didn't bother to really look it up. Oh, here we go. Michael Roman. I'm Michael Roman of Everything Always. Michael Roman of Everything Always has reported that Marvel Studios has already signed Krasinski for the Fantastic Four. This actually comes from Emmett Kennedy. Curiously, people do not see Kennedy as a source of entertainment scoops. Viewers and listeners know him as a British sports podcaster. In other words, he does not have a reputation in entertainment. Furthermore, he's not known as a comics insider. Nevertheless, it's unlikely that he'll say some bad rumor just to get attention.
I would never.
See, but that's the thing. I mean, couldn't he just be doing this to get traction for other things? But if you make a claim like this and it's blatantly false, then obviously it negatively impacts your reliability and, especially as somebody who's a sportscaster. It reflects poorly upon your entire image as a trusted source of news and information, even if you are a sportscaster. Kennedy has shown in his Twitter account he is a fan of the MCU. Thus, it's not unusual for him to post something about the MCU. Specifically, Kennedy didn't really say Krasinski is in the Fantastic Four. Nonetheless, he did mention that a number of actors have signed with Marvel Studios. He included Krasinski on the list.
Who else is on the list? He is the list.
But having Krasinski in the list seems like it could only mean one thing. I mean, why get Krasinski back into the MCU and not cast him as Richards? Not casting him in the role they initially showed the general public will just generate confusion if Krasinski won't be back as Richards. I do remember when John Krasinski had auditioned for the role of Captain America, and John Krasinski, he said that he saw Chris Hemsworth walk down the hall and he said, I am in the wrong place, and then he just went back to the office. I think that's how the story went, which is funny. I can't see Jim from The Office as Captain America.
Chris Hemsworth dressed as Thor, and he was like, "You all right, mate?" And I went, "No, I'm not."
D23 is not far off. Kennedy said that Marvel Studios will be announcing the Fantastic Four casting during the event. So this would not only be about Richards, but also the entire team. It is also possible that Marvel will reveal much more about the Fantastic Four during D23. We have reported before that Matt Shakman is set to direct the Fantastic Four, and it will be his first major film, which means Kevin Feige can easily control him and dictate the narrative of the film and heavily influence, obviously, the casting decisions that will be made for this film. Now, that leaves me with some trepidation going into this. As a fan of, the Fox Fantastic Four movies, I think that this has the potential to go completely wrong and sideways, especially considered that Seth Rogen has been rumored to be part of the cast, which to me doesn't really speak volumes about it at all. And there's always the possibility of another race swap, which it didn't work with Fan Four Stick. No fault of Michael B. Jordan. That film was doomed from the word go. But, I mean, there's so many problems with the MCU now that it's difficult to look forward at something like Fantastic Four and have any amount of anticipation or, kind of like, oh, well, joy, like moving forward. You used to get like that, good feeling when you hear one of these projects announced, pre Captain Marvel. And now it's just more of the same. If you don't like it, you're a garbage person, blah, blah, blah. Just accept it, bigot. One side of their mouth, they'll say respect the lore. The other side of their mouth, they'll say the hell with the lore. So that's where we're kind of just, stuck in the middle here. But now it's your turn. Let me know what you think. Who do you think should be cast in the Fantastic Four? I'm interested to hear what you guys think of that, because I have my own list, which we'll talk about on the live stream tonight on episode 219 of Monday Night Going in Raw. So we'll talk about that. The Horsemen will be on hand. It's going to be a great show. Check out the other back catalog of videos, ladies and gentlemen. There's over 1,000 videos, live streams, reviews, things that you can watch and enjoy. You can join as a channel member if you so choose. If not, just slap that subscribe button for me. Do me a favor. Do that. Ding the bell for notifications. Leave a comment, a like, or a dislike, whichever you prefer. And don't just do it for me. Do it for your other favorite YouTubers as well. And that's it, folks. I'm done. Now it's your turn, like I said. I'm Itepo Kuina, the place to be reviews. I've been here with all the yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all